And we're talking about glycemic index and why is it even important for you to know about this. If there are any questions coming up during this live, just let me know here. And if not, if there are questions while you're watching this replay, then just type in the comments and I will get back to you. All right, glycemic index. I'm going again. Glycemic index is a measurement that measures, yes, hi, thanks, is a measure that measures how much a certain food would increase my blood sugar levels within 2 to 3 hours after eating it. So again, going back to the example, if I'm eating chocolate, this measurement will be the indicator to tell me how this chocolate will increase, how much this chocolate will increase my blood sugar levels after I ate it. Why it's even important for us to know that is, there are many reasons, but one of the main reasons is if you want to eat clean, if you want to lose weight, or if you want to keep the weight off. This is very important for you to understand and know. The measurement, the glycemic index, measures only carbohydrates foods, meaning no protein foods and no fat foods. However, if it's a certain food that will have also protein and carbs, you can measure it with the glycemic index. All right, so again, going back to the reasons that we want to know why we want to know what is glycemic index. So again, I prepared a few notes today because I was thinking, you know what, it can be just a bit more interesting if I'll hold them like this, but I feel like it's just looking a bit weird because then I cannot read them and I don't know if you can read them. So yeah, let me just, well, I tried, I did my best. Okay, so one of the reasons again is you wanting to eat clean. You want to go back to eating clean, right? So you want to make sure that the foods that you're eating would just have a low glycemic index. So this is the main reason. Another reason is that when you focus and eat foods that have a low glycemic index, it will help you prevent cravings. And I'll tell you why. Because if you eat dense sugary foods that are really full and dense with sugar, then your blood sugar levels will go really high. They will spike up really high, and then what will happen, you'll crave this sugar rush again. All right, so let's say blood sugar levels normal, basic normal levels, and then you eat an apple, so it won't spike too much. A green apple, for example, it would just be like, okay, blood sugar levels are going up and then they're going back down and it's fine. However, if I will eat chocolate, it will look like this. So blood sugar levels, eating chocolate, boom, and then going back down. Okay, so that's the idea. And once that happens, when you have this big and sharp hype and jump, again, you're gonna it will decrease very fast down, and therefore you would crave more sugary foods and just sugars and foods in general. All right. Okay, another reason again is with just maintaining your weight and keeping it off, just focusing on foods that have low glycemic index, and I'm gonna touch base on that in just a few seconds. By the way, if you have any questions during this live, just type in, or if you're gonna watch it later, just type in the comments. So another reason, again, with the blood sugar levels in mind, when we eat less dense foods, less sugary foods, we can reduce the risk for heart diseases. We can reduce, it can help reduce blood cholesterol levels, and it can also help us just maintain overall good health within our blood vessels and cardiovascular system. All right. Another thing for the people that are doing sports and love doing sports and fitness and all that, when you focus on a nutrition plan that has more foods that are low glycemic index food, This will help you to maintain your endurance after the activity. What does that mean? So basically what happens, and I've wrote everything, what happens is that basically low glycemic index foods can help refill, let's say like this, the carbohydrates storage in your liver, and therefore this can help you maintain the endurance you need after doing sports. All right. Okay. The next thing I wanted to touch base is really what does that mean? Again, I'm just going back to that. So what does that mean? Glycemic index is measuring foods that have carbohydrates, and it takes in consideration, and this is an important point, it takes in consideration the amount of carbohydrates in this specific food, as well as which kind of carbohydrates it's in this food. And now I'm just going off a bit into carbohydrates. So we have complex carbohydrates and we have simple carbohydrates. The simple carbohydrates will go clearly into the high glycemic index foods, again because they are really dense with sugar. And now I'm going to do it. I'm gonna try, because I'm not that talented, I guess, but this is what I drew, and I thought you can see that, but I guess you can't. Somebody said I cannot read, so I'm sorry for that. I really tried, but let's just go through them. So basically what you want to focus on, I guess let's try to do it like this. What you want to focus on is, let me hold it like this. What you want to focus on is those kind of foods that have a low glycemic index, so 55 and less maybe, all right? And those foods will again increase gradually your blood sugar levels, okay? And this is where you want to focus. And those foods that have low glycemic index are whole grains, are green vegetables, for example, green apples, as I said, beans, nuts. All the foods that are whole foods, those are the foods that have low glycemic index. Then the medium scale would be between 56 to 69, and you can see that because it causes a fast increase in your blood sugar levels, but not too sharp and too high as much as the high glycemic index foods that have 70 and maybe even more, that causes a big spike. Also, by the way, in your insulin levels in your blood, and this for the long run can be a very high risk for heart diseases, cholesterol, and just many diseases and things we really don't want to deal with. So again, going back, as we said, the high glycemic index foods would be orange juice, chocolate, cornflakes, all the really dense sugary foods that you can imagine. They can be in this side. The other ones, the medium, by the way, is bread, for example, certain types of bread. It could be also grapes and sweet potatoes. By the way, with potatoes, so you have the sweet potatoes that have a medium glycemic index, and then you have the potatoes that have a high glycemic index, okay? And this is why you will want to prefer sweet potato instead of potato. However, the thing is, and this is really important for me to say, if you're already here, if you already know me, you know that my approach is to not get obsessed about those measurements. I'm just here to tell you what it means and, and just give you those kind of tips. But I don't want you to get obsessed about this. I don't want you to go into each food and be like, oh my God, how much is this? And starting to track everything. And, I'm really not into calorie counting or measuring anything. But I do recommend you to know what does that mean, glycemic index, and why is it important for you to lean towards nutrition that has a low glycemic index. All right. Another point that will be important for you to know is how to maintain this kind of nutrition. Super simple. Stay with the basics, meaning drink enough water, eat whole foods, whole and fresh foods, lots of fruits and vegetables, mostly vegetables. So just choose all the vegetables that are green. They have really low glycemic index, and stay away from processed foods, of course. So really just going into this natural basic nutrition that will give you this focus on low glycemic index foods. And again, just going back, don't go crazy about this, don't go obsessed about this. Obviously, if you maintain a healthy meal plan and you eat healthy most of the time, and you work out and you drink enough water, everything will be fine. Just make sure to keep that in mind, to know that. And again, super easy. If you want to track that, by the way, I found something I'll tell you in a second. But again, just really make sure that you're eating enough foods from all groups of foods, carbs, proteins, and fats as well. And yeah, just really keep it simple. Okay, I have a question. After work, and I didn't like after. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's good. I don't know if it's a question, what you said, but yeah, thank you for sharing. Okay, and yeah, and what I wanted to tell you is, so I found a website. If this is interesting for you, it's not, it's not an ad or anything like that. I just found a website that I find to be a nice source to track glycemic index in case you want to. But again, glycemic index, the low glycemic index would just be the basics foods, those that have a lot of water in them, a lot of fiber in them. Pretty easy to remember. But the website is a website that's called Glycemic Index Research. If you want to know, if you want me to send this website to you, just DM me. I will send it to you. Just DM me Glycemic Index and I'll send it to you. It's a website from the University of Sydney, and you can just type in the name of the food or what kind of food, and then it shows you exactly what the glycemic index of this food is, in how many servings, and it's per gram. So you can check it out there. Hope this was nice for you. I am planning to go on more lives around here because I feel like there's more to share and more to say. So if you have any specific subject, anything you want to know more, just let me know. Jump into my DMs. You know, I love DMs and I love voice messages. So if I will send you a voice message, don't be scared. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you for being here. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.